Well, hello everyone. My name is Zachary O'Shea, and this is Box of Teeth. We've made it halfway through the week. Congratulations. Let's celebrate with another horror-themed monster for Dungeons & Dragons right now. First, as a quick reminder, I am also a horror author, and Psychopomps Book 2 in the Crimson Thread series comes out on Friday on Amazon, both in paperback and on Kindle. You can go to www.zacharyoshea for that and other writing information. All right, right now we're talking about the Brood, which are a horror race that you can use for player characters and or monsters in your D&D game. They cover the cosmic horror and gothic horror subgenres. They kind of look like satyrs in that they do have curling horns under their ears. They do have hooves, but those hooves and the horns and the fingernails even are made out of a black, shiny insect chitin. They're covered in a dark fur, and they have a furrow down their back that's filled with crimson cilia that twitch and move, giving them strange abilities and extrasensory perception. They are all creatures that believe that they come from the Dark Mother, which is basically Shub-Niggurath of Lovecraftian fiction. This Dark Mother was imprisoned by the other gods, who drew off of her power to create the rest of the races in the campaign world: elves, dwarves, gnomes, etc. The Dark Mother escaped at some point, gave birth to the Thousand Young, who are progenitors of the Brood race. Then she was destroyed, but she's only dead but dreaming, and the Brood still revere and draw power off of her. Again, they cover gothic horror in that they are seductive and they have a really dark nature, and they tend to corrupt societies around them for better or for worse, and cosmic horror because of the aforementioned. They also have a unique connection with less intelligent monstrosities and aberrations, and we're going to cover one of those monsters today, which is the Rhodae. Caught somewhere between goat, insect, and tree, a Rhodae is a monstrous creature that aids the Brood both in their day-to-day lives and also in warfare. It scuttles along on a sextet of legs, not unlike an insect, but it's covered mostly in rolls of soft, dark fur, out of which there are branches of something between bone and wood that stick out of it. Its head is distinctly wedge-shaped with a large amount of chitin shell and some curling horns of the same black, shiny substance that the Brood have for their horns and their hooves. It's got 6 eyes on either side that are goat-like in appearance. That carapace on the front has been etched with various sigils that allow it to punch through the veil between realities. And on the back end, it has a pincer that is not unlike an earwig, for which it can grab carts or enemies. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the Rhodae's statistics for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. A Rhodae is a challenge rating 5, huge aberration that is unaligned. It's got a low armor class, but a lot of hit points. It does have damage resistance to cold, fire, poison, and non-magical attacks, and is immune to the poison condition. It does have dark vision and tremor sense, but it does not speak any languages. It only has an intelligence of 3. Ability-wise, it has Ethereal Jaunt, the standard ability to move between the ethereal and material plane. It has Ethereal Mount, so any creatures that are riding it, along with the equipment that's on the Rhodae, move between the planes as well. And it does have Living Parapet, so any creatures that are mounted on it get +2 to their armor class. Action-wise, it has 2 attacks. It's Headbutt, which does a large amount of bludgeoning damage, along with its Pincer that does some piercing damage, not an unreasonable amount for its challenge rating, but also grapples a creature. And remember, it can pull things through material and ethereal plane, so it could grab somebody, jump into the ethereal plane, leave them there, and just leave, or vice versa as needed. The Rhodae is a very strange creature that is primarily made to be a mount and beast of burden for the Brood, and obviously it's got some sort of perhaps familial connection to them. It certainly gets treated that way, though you could throw them into any campaign as a rampaging one-off monster if you wanted to do so. I'd love to hear how you'd use it down in your own game in the comments below. But again, the Brood are all kind of made to synergize with one another. All right, I really hope that you enjoyed the Rhodae. It's one of the few monstrosities that's all on its own that are part of the Brood. I will always come up with more, of course, if I ever run them again in a game. You can find them along with hundreds of other horror-themed monsters, all for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, that are all perfectly free at boxofteeth.blogspot.com. Again, Psychopomps does come out at the end of this week. I am pretty excited about it. It's a ghost story, it's a science horror story, it's a dark fantasy, and a lot more. It's book 2. Book 1 is Grease Paint right there with a killer clown. Again, you can go to www.zacharyO'Shea for more information. Thank you again for your time and your attention, and have a wonderful rest of the day.